Well, kinda. And Destiny's still doing some stuff 7 years strong. Kirby still doing Kirby things. We'll get into that later, and we'll talk about love. This week, let's focus and check out the new games releasing in February 2022. All after Orbit.
Roger, 0G. I feel fine. Nice to be in orbit.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm going to talk about some video games, and you can, in the comments, talk about some too. Hey, what's up? I'm your host, the Dad Panther, aka Ron. I don't know if I'm supposed to put that the other way. Maybe I'm supposed to introduce myself by saying I'm Ron and then the name, gamer tag after. I don't know. I have no clue what I'm doing, but I know that I'm doing it with you, and you could be anywhere in the world and you're here, and I greatly appreciate that. So, it's February. It's love. And as you look to your loved one, or maybe you don't have a loved one and you're waiting for that person to buy you a gaming studio for billions of dollars, there's a whole lot of games to play. And whether it's new or old, we're going to jump into it. But before we do, I want to let you know a little something. Jimmy Neutron is out there playing a backlog catalog. I don't know, backlog catalog. He's playing older games. He's finding old and new, but he's basically determined and made a spreadsheet. I'm telling you, he made a spreadsheet, and he's finding games that he was like, hey, look, I'm gonna make time. He made time. He's playing them. He's taking clips. It's entertaining, and then he's streaming them for an hour or so. So you're getting a chance to see it on so many levels. So go check that out. Now, February, the time of love, and when you think about love, you think about Destiny 2. Oh, do I love you? Let me count the ways. 1, 2, all the way to 7. 7 years, right? 7 years plus running this game. A new expansion comes out, The Witch Queen. And oh my goodness, the power that the Void, what is it, 3.0? I don't know. It's Void. People who didn't really play with Void are now going to get up in some Void action. There's a new like sword that you reload. I know it doesn't make any sense, but you're using this sword, chop, chop, chop. And as you're using said sword, you've got to reload it. You got some melee bonus and stuff that you can do with it. I think they're bringing what, weapon crafting? That's crazy, right? Everybody's been asking for that. You lose some things. So there's people rushing right now to finish storylines that are going to get vaulted or disappear, weapons, things like that. Things I don't understand. But if you want to understand, you can get that lore here on this channel. Verita does a great job letting you know any and everything about Destiny, whether you're a new Guardian like myself, or you've been around the world or space or the galaxy multiple times and then some. Crossfire X. Now this game is going to be free 99. It's a multiplayer game. And if you're like, Crossfire X, I've heard that somewhere. We've mentioned it on the show before. You've seen it floating around on the internet. Crossfire X is basically a military battle royale game. It's probably closer to Call of Duty, and it's really popular overseas in South Korea, and now it's coming over here, and people are excited about this game. Now the interesting thing about this game is it's going to come out, I want to say it's multiplayer for free, but you would have to pay if you wanted the single player experience, and that single player experience is actually going to come out each episode. So you would pay for an episode, you would get a part of that storyline, you would play that through, and I'm pretty sure they'll throw some swag in that bag as you do it. And another thing that's interesting, the people who are developing that storyline is the same devs that gave you Alan Wake and Control. So very interesting to take a team that knows how to give you a gripping story and keep you interested, and then you sprinkle that on with free 99 pew pew. I don't know. Check it out. Crossfire X. Now, I have one teenager in the house. I'll give you the stats. 6'5", 230 pounds, wears a size 14. I'm not as tall as said individual. So, interesting perspective there. But that person is literally I love him, but he's eating me out of house and home. Now, if you want to experience that because you've missed your teenager life and you're like, what am I missing? Well, it's kind of like Life is Strange. Life is Strange Remastered Collection is out in February. This game basically takes all the good stuff that you saw before, cleans it up, remasters it, makes it look special, and you get a little bit of that teen life feeling. You get a little bit of that emo if that's your thing, or maybe you were on the sport team, or you couldn't find a place to sit during the cafeteria lunchtime. I don't know. But if you want to relive it, but with superpowers, with all the drama and fixings, well, there you go. Pull up a seat and hope that somebody gives you a Valentine's Day card with Life is Strange Remastered Collection. Some people think the greatest gifts are free. And what love can you share with the other person? Well, you can share the game of love in Ark. Lost Ark, that is. Amazon Games brings you Lost Ark. This game is free 99. If you like, Amazon Games are doing that. Aren't they doing Prime and Amazon Game and all this other stuff and boxes being dropped off? Yeah, they're doing that. Here's another game. Recently they launched a game. It was called, maybe you heard of it, New World. Here you go. Here's another game. This one though, free 99. You have a view that's similar to Age of Empires, and they're saying, hey, look, you can explore this world with no limits. Like, they're letting you go wherever you want. You can switch out your classes. You can change it up, live your own life. They're saying, hey, look, the combat and the progression is amazing. You've never seen anything like this before. Is that true? I don't know. I don't know if it's true. You got to play it. But the classes that you have in the game, you have a warrior, you have a martial artist, you got a gunner, you got a mage, and assassin. I feel like I would take the mage on the first go, then I would go warrior on maybe a second playthrough. That's just me. I don't know. What would you use? Put it in the comments. Other than that, you have dungeons inside the game. You've got raids. See, if you thought I was gonna say Dungeons and Dragons, no, I didn't. But you could catch some of us playing Dungeons and Dragons on Wednesdays. I'm just saying. You got raids. You got PvP that'll be inside the game as well. So if you want to say, hey, look, I want to be the best and beat people for epic loot, so check out Lost Ark. Hardcore, parkour, hardcore, parkour, but for love. Oh no, it's dark. I shouldn't go out. Why? Because they'll try to eat my face. No, but it's the season of love. If you didn't understand any of that, I mean, that's how you segue into saying Dying Light 2. Yeah, Dying Light 2. It's the sequel to the game where you're running around hardcore parkour. They've added new animations for running around the city. A mechanic, we've talked about this before on previous episodes, that one of the mechanics in the game is going to allow you to have a more fluent, rhythmic feel fighting and doing everything you can to survive. That the world is ending and people somewhat like zombies and we're crossbreeds or trying to kill you. There's a drug that's out that you're supposed to figure out where the heck did this drug, which is I was gonna spoil something. Point blank, there's some things there are some things going on in this game. I have been watching streamers, content creators play this game already. If that's your cup of tea, check it out. I don't know. I'm trying to think in my head, like, would I play it? I feel like I would mess around with it, but there is an element of night go bye, and the game gets not ridiculously, it gets harder at night. Okay. And so what happens is more enemies come out, the difficulty changes, and some other variables that makes it one where you want to break your controller. So if that's your thing, and also I think it gets scarier at night. So if that is an aspect like Dead Space and games like that, Resident Evil, Creepy Girl in a Mirror, that's not a real game, but if it comes out later, whatever, you know how I feel about it. Yeah. Sifu. In a world where the person is trying to beat said game. And as they play this game using karate, martial arts, things of that nature, kicking butt, level after level, brought to you by an indie developing game studio that knows how to do what games are supposed to do, brings you Sifu. Yeah, there's a game, Sifu. Maybe you've seen it. There's some streamers playing it now. Actually, you can go and check it out. and the game is pretty cool. It's gives you the John Wick vibes. Like you can watch your favorite action, combat movie, and then now you can like log in, play. Do you log in for games? Am I dating myself? Floppy disk, checks it, blows it, shakes it a few times, puts it back in. We're good. Now, the cool thing about this game, other than the level design and some of the mechanics, like there was a level I saw where there's I think it was like an art room, and ink spills onto the floor. And as you're fighting, the ink is actually being smeared throughout the fight on the floor and various other parts of the level. That was pretty cool. And there's more stuff like that. But wait, there's more. Every time you die, your character ages a bit. Yeah, your character ages a bit. So you go from being young and then getting old. And if it happens really fast, there's a few different reasons that it could happen. But sometimes it's just parenting. So there's that. Sifu, check it out. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, sometimes things happen in life. So I'm going to let you know two games that should have been or would have been on said list, but unfortunately, release dates, things get moved, and you want to put out a better product. Here's the two games. One of them is Saints Row. There was going to be a reboot of that game. It was going to come out. They did show it off with a trailer. It was supposed to be out the middle, almost like maybe the end, towards the end of February. That game is going to be pushed back until August the 23rd. So I repeat, Saints Row getting pushed back to the summer. Just gotta wait. Another game that is getting pushed back, but right about now you should be able to get some testing, or you'll be able to get some video or feedback on the beta testing or the network testing, as they're calling it, via Epic Games, would be Rumbleverse. Rumbleverse will be the free to play, get in the battle royale scene. So if those two games you're like, hey, what about those games? Well, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Now, before I get out of here, as I've given you Sweetheart Singer shoebox that you've decorated and painted, maybe some lollipops in there, I might have wrote on here, do you like me? Check yes or yes. But either way, before I get out of here, I want to let you know Horizon Forbidden West. It's coming. It's coming in all its tech / nature glory. The same studio that brought you the first one. Some of you guys got a chance to try that game out on PC. I feel like this game will be PC later on. I think Sony's working on it after they stop buying out studios and strategically trying to take over the world that way. At some point, you're going to see more Sony games on PC, and it's going to be great for us as gamers. But this game is coming out. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4. There is going to be a VR aspect. I don't believe it has to do necessarily with this game. I think it's something that puts you in the world of this game, but not necessarily connecting to this. That's going to be interesting. Plus, Sony does have a new the VR2 that's getting ready to come out as they released that not too long ago. So those are your games for February. There's so many things you can check out in the meantime as we get ready for March. Verita's going to have some amazing Destiny 2 content leading up to and during all and everything that includes the Witch Queen. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with my build. I play a Warlock main. I like to call myself the Sun Daddy if I did. Basically, I create little balls of like the sun and energy, and I pew them, and they make bad guys disappear. Baddies disappear. So I got to get into some void action. I've got to call her up and say, hey, look, hook me up. Tell me what I need to continue my travels as a guardian roaming around in Mars. But anyways, you also have Jimmy. Jimmy's out there playing games, and he's like, hey, do I want to keep it in my collection? Do I not want to keep it in my collection? And it's actually pretty funny. Okay, it's hilarious when he's being frustrated in said game. So that if you're looking for that kind of entertainment, I'm telling you, watching someone frustrated playing a game, that's some good entertainment. Check that out. And there's some other stuff that we're bringing to the community. If you're in the community, you want to help out, and you're like, hey, I've got a talent, and that talent is whatever, I don't know, just let us know in the community. If you have an idea for the show, let us know. but man, it has been awesome. You could have been anywhere in the world and you're here. I'm the Dad Panther, aka Ron. I should have flipped that backwards, but here it is. We are where we're at now. I'm a variety streamer, content creator, master of none, and you could have been anywhere in the world and you're here, and I greatly appreciate that. We all appreciate that. So if nobody is your Valentine, I'll be your Valentine. Yeah. And you can go ahead and just take this and put it in your pocket. And I'll see you in March. Until next time, Kalikalikalow. You can find additional episodes of Gamer Loop Radio on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and Podbean. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Once again, I'm the Dad Panther. You could have been anywhere in the world and you're here. Until next time, Kalikalikalow. I don't know if I'm going to make this a thing after the ending, like a Marvel movie or Star Wars or Disney, I don't know, DC, pick your poison. But there is going to be an episode from Jimmy. It's coming up. Nintendo Direct dropped some stuff. He's going to unbox it. It's going to be awesome. And so I'm like, hey, before that episode, let me like cross promo, because you know how I do, like just pollination everywhere. There are some games that grab my attention through the showcase, and I'll just say, Kirby, the Forgotten Land, got my eye on you, Kirby. The other sports, Nintendo Switch Sports, how many people almost broke furniture or damaged a limb or a loved one's head, arm, shoulder, head, knees, toes, whatever. Check that out. And then the other thing that got my attention is how Mario Kart 8 Remaker Track Disney Racetrack, which is another game, the Disney game, but there's 1 to 6 waves that you pay for. I'm hoping Jimmy explains it all to me, because it looks like it's the same game with a few more tracks, and I'm paying for it. He'll explain it to us. So again, watch out for that episode, the Nintendo Direct. I can't wait. Until next time, Kalikalikalow.
Nice to be in orbit.